Welcome back. So I guess I'm gonna have to come up with some sort of intro if I keep making these videos, because I'm not sure what to say every time. But this is going to be probably part of the second video, I would say. We got everything separated the way I want. Now we're just gonna go over the frame. I'll give you guys a little look up close about how up close and see the condition that the frame is in. And then I got a lot of prep to do on this thing, so I'm probably just gonna put my earbuds in and get to work with the needle scaler and wire wheels and grinders and get this frame prepped and hopefully get some paint on it in the next week or so. I'm heading out of town tonight for the weekend, so the next time you see me, be a couple days from now, and the frame will probably be in the same spot because I only have a couple hours to work on it today, but need to keep picking away at it, so might as well spend a couple hours needle scaling and getting all this flaky rust off. It's really not in that bad condition overall, but it does need to be prepped a little bit before I can start spraying something on it. A little rundown. Someone's already started working on the front. So the front's in good condition. I probably will respray it with something because it's been beat up a little bit, but I don't need to do any prep work to the front other than scuff it whenever I do decide to recoat it. All this is good. About this body mount is where it starts not being prepped. It's not too bad right there, but from here back. So I need to do a little bit of repair on these brackets. I'm gonna laser out or plasma out a circle, cut holes in them for the body mounts to sit on. Won't be too bad. Could buy replacement brackets, but I don't want to because I can fix that. So this part of the frame isn't too bad. Someone must have sandblasted or something the outside, but they didn't take the body off. So the top of the rails, you can kind of see, I already used a needle scaler right here a little bit. You can see it's just kind of flaky and not bad for, being a 78, but I do want to prep it and make it a little bit nicer than this. The inside of the rails aren't awful, could be better. Same thing, just really need to clean, prep it. So yeah, rear axle, leaf springs, those I'm probably just gonna hit lightly. They're not too bad. Rear axle is really not that bad either. Someone's already kind of prepped it and looks like they might have hit it with some primer of some sorts. Some spots are worse than others. Need to do some repair here where the further rear back body mount sits. Not too bad. I can just cut a plate and I'll just fill it in, weld it, nice and strong. So overall, it's not in too bad a condition. Does need prep work. Gonna get to work doing that. I got a couple hours worth of that. Then we're just gonna hit it with some sort of chassis paint, probably Seymour or I don't know, maybe some implement paint from Tractor Supply. I don't really know. We'll just see whatever we can find. I got a couple cans of paint in there. I think it's chassis paint. I think it's just like a flat black. I might have gloss. I don't remember. But I might just use whatever I have because I'm trying to kind of do this on a budget and just use what we have around here and then just, try to put all of the factory parts back on it without going out of my way and buying a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I'll do a little time lapse with a needle scaler, but next time I get you guys will be in a couple of days, and hopefully in a couple of days we will be getting ready for paint. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, let's get to work. Well, as I am needle scaling, let me tell you a little bit about the Bronco. So my plans are to not keep this Bronco. I'm just trying to perfect my craft a little bit, learn some things about a different vehicle, and hopefully make a little bit of money on the side. It helps me create content, learn a lot of new things and a lot of life skills, so that's pretty much what this Bronco's for. And yeah, so here's me needle scaling, and here's me continuing to needle scale. Okay, so I got a bunch of the super heavy scaling off with that needle scaler. Now I'm gonna, as you can tell, it's very dusty in here. I'm gonna take the flap disc and hit all the easy to get flap places, because that'll be a lot easier than trying to use the nails. needle scaler everywhere. So that's what I'm gonna switch to now. And then I have this wire wheel for the grinder too. I'm gonna use this to hit some of like the harder to get places, like around these like edges and stuff. I don't know what I'm really like doing for sure. I'm just gonna try to figure out whatever works best and then like do that and go from there. So I'm gonna put my mask on, my glasses, and use this flap disc for a little while and then see how it turns out, I guess, see what it's gonna start looking like. Here's another short voiceover. This Bronco also helps me figure out how to do more YouTube, to create more long form videos, more YouTube series. So if these YouTube videos suck, I'm really sorry. I'm doing the best I can. I've never really done anything like this before, and it's just a giant learning experience for me on top of building a Bronco. So I really appreciate all of the support. Okay, so I'm out of time for today. I need to go shower and get ready to leave for the weekend. We did pretty good. For the only probably about, I don't even know, we weren't out here that long. I got quite a bit done, quite a bit cleaned up. I can see the vision. It's cleaning up the way I wanted to. I did pretty much like from like that middle body mount forward. Like I said, the front end was pretty much done. So I did the middle of the frame today. I still need to do the insides with the flap disc. I'm out of time. So I'll give you guys a little looky. This is pretty much everything we got off today. This is everything I swept up from underneath the frame. And as you can tell, it's cleaning up very nicely. I mean, it's kind of pitted. There's not much you can do about that. It's, you know, of 78, but got this all cleaned up so I can build some circles to go right through here and weld them in place and support it underneath and make sure it doesn't happen. You can see cleaned up very nice, and you can tell the difference between the spots I didn't touch versus the spots I got done. So this just needs some primer, some paint, you know, good to go. The inside of the frame has no like scaling or flakiness on it. I'm just gonna hit it like this last surface layer that's on there with the flap disc. These cross members are gonna kind of suck just because of the shape of them. So I'm considering just hitting them with like a small sandblaster, just like a handgun, you know, like with a little, I don't know, not like a pot blaster, but just the hand one. Just for those like cross members that are just so goofy shaped, or the flap disc or the wire wheel for the grinder. I haven't tried that yet on them, or just go in with the needle scaler and do the best I can. Those cross members don't have to be perfect. I mean, I mostly want the outside of the frame rails to be the best because that's what's going to be like seen, I guess. The cross members is kind of whatever. The best I can get them is how they'll end up. Still need to hit the fuel tank with something, and the fuel tank like skid plate. Get that all painted, but I'll finish this up the next time I come out here in a couple days. I'm gonna try to order some paint today so that I have that, and then yeah, finish up the prep, wipe it down. Probably pull the motor before I spray it just to make sure the motor stays clean and out of the way. So yeah, I will be back, I guess. We got a lot more work still to do, but be back in a couple days and we'll get back to work on the prep.